Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your mid-August 2015 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their sun and sun or moon in the lovely Taurus. And I'm back again using my regular Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Puy-Moon Law. A lot of people ask me about my deck, and I tell people that I, took creative interpretation of what the images mean, and I also use a lot of creative liberties when looking at the cards and analyzing the cards. So if it doesn't make sense to you, if I say, well, this is what this means, the magician, yada, 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 you might be like, well, that's not what the magician means. And so the reason being is because I really, again, have a creative approach to the tarot and to tarot readings and the cards themselves. So anyways, I am still doing private readings. If you'd like a private reading, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. This is a general reading, so if you want something really specific to you, you're going to want to email me, and I'm happy to get you scheduled to do something, just for you, okay? So let me roll out your spread here. Again, this is for everyone with their sun and sun or moon in the lovely Taurus. It's quite a very, strong, I want to say strong spread, Taurus is like, is like bull, right? So, some might say, and don't take this the wrong way because I'm really just teasing, some might say Tauruses are full of bull. But not all Tauruses, okay? So don't get your panties in a bunch when I say that. I'm saying that just to tease, really, because I feel like Tauruses have a very good sense of humor. I'm sure you'll appreciate that comment. So, anyways, you might be dealing with someone who's full of bull because you have the foundation of this is the card in the position of the distant past. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I kind of flit and float around between past, present, future. So this is the distant past, also known as the foundation card, okay? And you got the liar, cheater, thief here. That's what I call this card, Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords person is someone who wears a mask, who thinks that they've gotten away with something, and chances are, you already know about it, okay? If you're a guy, male Taurus, you may be in a relationship with another male, and they may be cheating, okay? If you're female Taurus, typically this is the guy that's cheating. This can also be a girl and girl situation, okay? Not always, but sometimes, okay? I typically see this as either guy or girl guy. I see the swan as usually being a girl, but in a lot of cases, and not everyone's the same, okay? It's different for different for everyone. I do see very like either feminine, very feminine guys usually are the swan, or guys that have more sensitivity, which is not a bad thing at all, okay, just so you know. They're a little bit, they have their feminine side's a little bit more developed, and God knows we need more guys that are like that. So I'm gonna give you a kiss for those of you who have a little bit more of a developed soft feminine side, okay? Now, this is the foundation, which means that there could be, I want to say, active cheating currently as well. This is problematic because if this is the root of the tree, the whole tree, I always say if the trunk of the tree is dead, eventually the rest of the tree is going to die. And the tree may look like it's flourishing and everything may look great, but the trunk of the tree is and the roots of the tree are what keep it alive, okay? So, this is an issue. This is a problem. This is a major obstacle, I feel, because it's coloring the whole reading. And I want to say, I feel like you're still dealing with this on some level in the second half of August. Now, just so you guys know, I post videos twice a month. I post videos, I do general readings in the beginning of the month, and then I do a mid video halfway through, okay? And I feel like you're going to be dealing with this pretty much the whole second half of August, unless this is a person which you've gotten out of your life and is out of your hair. You may be waiting, or you may have been waiting for this guy to come back. If there's a guy cheating involved, there may be some of you who not sure if you want to take this person back, whether you should forgive this person. I don't know why I'm getting this, but for some of you, there's this issue. And I really feel that some of you don't want to leave a bad situation, or don't want to let go of a bad person. Or when I say bad person, okay, you don't want to let go of someone who you know is actively cheating on you, actively lying to you, or actively hiding something behind your back, not telling you the whole truth. There's could even be there's elements of stealing too. Some of you, there may be some, petty theft issues where somebody's taking small amounts of money or taking things out of your purse or your wallet or things like that. These are like small little things. We're not talking about big stuff here. We're talking about stuff that this person that you know of may have taken something from you. It might not have been something big. It could have been just, for some reason, I want to say someone's keys. Someone has your keys, or there's a key issue with keys. Message me if this is the case. Okay, it's weird. It's coming up. Just see, like, there's this. It may not even be car keys. Keys to the shed. There's some element of keys getting taken for some of you. Some of you, it is car keys. Some of you have a young, teenage, even college-age son who may be, I want to say, mooching off of you. Okay, they're mooching. They taking liberties in your household. They may be living with you. Still, they're young. They may be immature. They may be a little bit older, maybe even in their mid-20s. But there's some immaturity there, and they think what is yours is theirs. Okay, so there's not enough of boundaries, and they're doing things behind your back. So it's sort of like I'm thinking of like a teenager who like takes the car, at night, takes the car keys, sneaks out, takes the car keys, and goes somewhere. There's some element of stealth where you don't know what's going on entirely. There's things that are kept hidden from you. This is also betrayal. So some of you went through some kind of, I want to say, betrayal in the distant past. This might have been in the beginning of August. This could have been many months ago, many years ago. And there's still this element that there's some lack of trust here with either your partner or someone in the past, like an ex-boyfriend, or ex-girlfriend, an ex-spouse. If you are married, this is going to really cause you issue, I want to say. For those of you who are happily married, this doesn't apply to you, okay? For those of you who have had problems in your marriage, you already know who you are. This is going to drive a wedge between you and your partner. Whatever is going on behind closed doors, behind their back. I actually feel like there's active cheating on both sides. I want to say you yourself, Taurus, may be cheating, and you and your partner also may be cheating. I feel like they're showing me like a relationship that is broken. where you may be married to someone and it's no longer functional anymore, and you don't even want to be there, but for whatever reason you're staying because of finances, you're staying because of some kind of practical reason, and you need to figure a way out of this situation, because this is a short-lived. If those of you who are in relationships, and I'm not talking about healthy, happy relationships here, those of you who are in relationships that know that the relationship has problems, this is a short-lived relationship, okay? It's not going to go where you want it to go. Some of you have like also either that your partner has a lover, or this person that is cheating on somebody else with you, and you are the lover, okay? Because you have the Ten of Cups in the center of everything, okay? And the heartbeat of the reading, which is the love, romance, happiness, and bliss card. However, okay, because we have, it's connected to the Seven of Swords as the foundation, I feel like this is like a lover type situation, strong hots for someone, or just strong chemistry for someone. This can also indicate if you are single, financial prosperity. If you are single, you need to, this comes up for a lot for Tauruses, okay? This has come up before. You need to kind of come out of hiding, okay? You need to get back into the world and show your face to the world. Even if you're not happy with how you look, you know, maybe try to do some different things with your makeup or your hair. There's all these videos online about hair and makeup. And a lot of people have asked me about my hair and my makeup and stuff. And I might do some videos sometime with those, but regarding that stuff. But it's just one of those things where I think that you need to come out of hiding. In the distant past, you really just wanted to hide away from the world. You know, you may be kind of going, for those of you who are single, you may be going through, I want to say, like a dry spell or a period of time where, you know, there's some delay in your life. You know, things are going quite slow, and it's not unusual for Taurus, but I feel like there's a delay. There's some kind of delay in the recent past that you're struggling with, because you got the Nine of Wands, which is a card about waiting and needing to be patient and just. And I feel like when Tauruses want to go, they are like full steam ahead. They've got their energy revved up, and it's like they're like, you know, it's almost a little bit, I want to say manic, but it's not like, and it's a little bit crazy, okay? They're showing me someone who I know is a Taurus who, when they get really fired up, they just like, you know, full pedal to the metal, full for it, and they just go like crazy ahead. And they kind of do, they kind of do spins with their car, and they do all kind of crazy things with their car. If you're obsessed with your car, if you're like one of those people that have, you know, either old cars or like a hot rod that you kind of go crazy in, and some of you may, I kind of feel like some of you actually may race, which is not good. I feel like one of you, someone who's watching this, has gotten caught racing before. Which is illegal, I think, or a ticket for racing. It's quite dangerous. Regular roads, okay? Those of you, some of you actually may be racing cars. Some of you may be like race car drivers, like in Daytona or something. This is interesting to me. Message me if that's the case, or if that's something that you've wanted to do. Message me. I think I wanted to be a race car driver at one point. You know, but then again, I also wanted to be a helicopter pilot and a doctor and an investment banker and a figure skater and an artist. I mean, I'm just kind of what you might call a Renaissance moment. So anyways, that's me. So if that's you that's into the cars, I feel just a strange, interesting car connection here. So back to the reading, okay? So those of you, you may be even like in a healthy relationship, but there may have been some delays of things needing to happen in your life, but there's just like, for whatever reason, you've been going through this period of waiting, and you're quite frustrated with it. I feel like you've been frustrated with it. The way to overcome the Seven of Swords person is to not get too close to them. And I want to say move on, okay? For those of you who are waiting for this person or waiting for things to change, waiting for this person to be in your life, and you know there's actively cheating, this is not someone you want to wait to come back, okay? This person, chances are, has run for the hills. They may try to chase you if you cut them off completely. Most likely they will come back. For those of you wanting to know, are they going to come back? Is he going to come back? Classic question. Yes, he's going to come back, but he's going to come back with the wrong intentions, okay? Most likely just to sleep with you and then leave, okay? He has a wandering eye, okay? This is the card. This is also the card of courage, too. Being very, aggressive. This person, I feel like, is aggressively, you may be actively getting chased by a guy or aggressively pursued by a guy. This could even be, like, for some of you, collection agencies or, like, people that are, like, kind of hounding you for something, trying to get you to do something, trying to get you to buy something. Something to do with sales. Some of you are in sales. I just keep hearing death of a salesman. Okay, don't. And I feel like, at the end of August, you're going to get to a point where, for those of you who are in sales and marketing and stuff, you need to take the foot off the gas, okay, and take enough time for yourself so you don't get to the point where you're crazy or you're manic, and you're pushing yourself too hard. Okay, is what I really feel for you. Is you're just pushing, and physically your body is kind of just tired, and really doesn't want to do what you're putting yourself through. And I'm hearing some of you are going, well, but I have to. And that's not true. Tauruses get stuck on the one track thinking. They get stuck on thinking, okay, they have to do it a certain way, but they don't. There's always a better way. There's always another way. There's always a creative approach to something. So call up a friend who you know is very creative and say, hey, what, in your mind, what would be the creative option? What's the creative approach? If you need to, brainstorm. Okay, write a list of 10 different options, or write down what you think all of your options are and brainstorm on what the other options are. Whatever, write it all down. So you have, just to be clear, you also have the Magician crowning you. So you have the Magician, you have the Seven of Swords, you have the Five of Wands, and I'm showing you these together so you understand where I'm coming from here. These two cards are really linking up. The Magician card and the Seven of Swords. There's two things that these have in common. One is you have the masks. Okay, the Magician. Hang on. I don't know if you can see it there. The Magician wears a mask. And then this guy, the Liar, Cheater, Thief guy also is wearing a mask. Okay? So these two cards are very similar in my mind. They're connecting and they're doing what I call the pressure cooker. Okay? Where you're you're squished in between deception, two deceptive characters. Okay? Right now. So you have a lot of things that seem to be real, because the Magician is the person that pulls the rabbit out of the hat, but really the rabbit is just a quarter, okay? It's an illusion. It's like you have to be very careful about what people are telling you, okay? You may be the salesperson, but you also may be dealing with a salesperson or somebody who's selling you something or wanting something from you. Listen very carefully, read the fine print. Don't sign anything if you don't have to. Right now, I would say the end of August it's not really the best time to sign something, because I feel like there's a lot of deception around you. If you feel confident that what you're doing is the right thing to do, then by all means, go for it. But some of you are, especially when it comes to relationships, not as much to other things, but even still it can apply to other things. So in relationships, I feel like you could be dealing with a lot of deception, player type characters, characters that really just want to sleep with you and they don't really care about you, okay? Because let me tell you, there is no, you don't have, yes, you have this having the hots for someone card in the center of everything, but you don't have like the outcome being the Lover's card or the Two of Cups. So to me, it doesn't really necessarily mean that there's love there. There may be lust there. I feel like it's more lust than love in this reading, okay? Now, okay, I was going to show you these two. These two cards together. You know, this is the guy that's likes the chase, and this is the guy that has the wandering eye. So to me, it's the same guy. I mean, just a different, you know, basically just a different outfit. Now, the very end of August, I think things are going to shift for you, for a lot of you. The very end of August, things are going to get better, I feel. You know, the message here for you, now you do have the Queen of Pentacles in the immediate future, okay? So even mid-August financially looks really, really good for you, Taurus, okay? Which a lot of you like to hear, I'm sure, because Tauruses are very, I feel like, very practical-minded, okay? This is the Queen of Pentacles. This is you, female Tauruses. This is you. This is the attainment of wealth, prosperity, happiness. There's also pregnancy for those ladies who, you know, are looking to get pregnant. This is good news for you. For those of you who are not, you know, I say glove up. Make sure you take precautions. But this is just also being very in tune with nature, spending a lot of time outside, having fun with your animals. This is just a great card in general. And I like the last three cards really linking up together. It's really strong, very positive outcome for you, Taurus. So I feel like you have some major challenges here. You don't have a lot of major arcana cards, you know. You do have some, but not a lot. You know, so you have this, in the position of attitude, the Page of Wands, which is, you know, needing to go out, needing to have fun. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles right next to her, who's happily pregnant, or who's happily abundant, who's kind of in that very like Zen-like state. If you do meditation or Reiki or yoga or any of those things that kind of get you very grounded, I recommend doing more of this. This will help you at the end of August. Now, you also, the outcome is the World card, which is an amazing card. Some of you are psychic and have your own, you know, psychic abilities and gifts. Hang on just a minute. My computer's being weird. There we are. Okay. And this is really having everything at your fingertips. The world being your oyster, and you having, you know, this is wealth, happiness, and bliss, and abundance. So you have two cards. The Queen of Pentacles, which is you, and then the World, which is also more abundance. It's bigger. It's sort of just like it's almost like it's the same person. She's holding this leaf, this little ball, okay, which is like a little microcosm, okay? And then it's almost like she graduates at the end of August. She graduates to holding this bigger ball, okay, which is the macrocosm, which is the world, okay? So very strong vibe for you for finances, very strong outcome, very strong for love and relationships. This is using your intuition. This is kind of getting into your own Zen-like state, or like, you know, taking enough time to tap into this. For those of you who aren't really in this state, you're getting really too caught up with, you're getting too caught up in the mundane aspects of life. Okay, you're getting too caught up in paying your bills on time, and, you know, dealing with players, or dealing with, you know, maybe some financial issues. You're not really in that Zen spot. But in the future you will be. At the end of August you will be. So I feel like anything that you can do where you can go outside, anything you can do where you can get into kind of like get grounded. And for Tauruses, they need to really like work hard on getting grounded. They need to bike for long distances. They need to run for long distances. They need to work out for long periods of time. They need to really just like graze, okay? And zone out too. Zone out if you need to for long periods of time, for hours and hours. So I think it's hard when Taurus has a very tight schedule because that doesn't give them the room they need to breathe, to kind of like just decompress, because it takes Taurus a lot to decompress. So give yourself some more time. And for those of you who have a tighter schedule, clear some of the things out of your schedule so that you can kind of just breathe into the end, in the end of August, breathe and move into September with a very clear mindset, with a very clear headspace and being very grounded, rather than getting it too much into that manic mode, or like sometimes I want to say OCD mode or freaked out mode, because I feel like in the middle here, especially around the time where you're watching this, you could be either in freak out mode or soon to be in freak out mode, or just very frustrated with some of the energies and things you're dealing with. The Five of Wands is also having a lot on your plate. This is, just, dealing with life, feeling like you gotta do it all. And I feel like for you, Taurus, it's important for you to remember that you don't. Rome wasn't built in a day. You can't do it all at once, and it doesn't serve you well to try to do it all at once. Try to do one thing at a time and focus doing one thing at a time, and try not to get overwhelmed by, again, a crazy schedule, a hectic lifestyle. For those of you who have like too many activities, you need to cut back. Even you want to do it all, and I'm feeling a tingle on this. I feel like some of you, especially females, but also Taurus males, okay? Too many things on your calendar. You're going here, you're going there, da 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 da, and like it doesn't stop. No, you need to create some space in your life to roam, to breathe, to decompress, to get grounded again, and enjoy life in like a slower type way. For those of you who live in the city, this is especially pertinent for you because city life is very toxic and crazy, and even though you can handle it, you still need downtime like everybody else. You still need to rest like everybody else. So yeah, that's what I feel for you. Now, what's crossing you is the Emperor, okay, which is you. And I feel like because you have the Emperor crossing the Ten of Cups, this relationship, if you are in a relationship, this is for people who are in or want to be in a relationship with a specific person, and maybe they're not. The Emperor blocks. So it's almost like your energy is blocking you. But it's also, the Emperor to me is fate, is God, is the higher power, the higher energy, and they're intervening and they're saying, no, this is not happening, for whatever reason. And I feel like it would be best for it not to happen. I feel like you may be set on it happening, but it's best for it not to be, because you're going to end up getting hurt if you're dealing with an asshole who's a liar, cheater, thief person, okay? That's not a healthy relationship anyways. So be mindful. If you try to override the Emperor and do it the way you want to do it, it's not going to go well for you because the energy is not supporting it. The energies are not really supporting it. All of this I feel like you do know because you have some psychic intuition and some ability, psychic ability. I think I touched upon everything, so I'm going to leave off there. I send you big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Thank you so much. All right, take care.